Hi, my name is Faith Jensen and I have type 1 diabetes and I was diagnosed when I was 3 years old. And if you want to know what diabetes is like, this is it.
Okay. This is the Faith site. She just took it off and we're going to change it. This is the flexible tube that stays inside her body, but we have to change her site every 2 days. So we're just going to go through the procedure and see what it's all about. So you have to press act on the pump, go down to prime, press rewind, and we rewind the pump to get it ready. This is her sights. This is the inserter device that will put the needle into her. I'm just taking off the tape. And I pull the inserter device down. And I push this in. And screw the cap where the needle is. And there's the needle. And I put this down. Take off the old sight. Get all the bubbles out. Then I have to press act and hold it until I prime this tube with insulin. And I'll watch the insulin come out the needle to make sure the tube is primed. There we go. So we're just going to do the site now. This is the IV prep swab that we're going to sanitize the area and also makes it sticky so it will stick.
Right there.
We just got to wait until it gets sticky. Okay, so it's sticky, so we just put the device right on her arm. And then I press these two white buttons at the same time. There, I've inserted. I pull this off. Then I pull out the needle, but the flexible tube that you saw earlier stays in. And there's the needle. And then we gotta prime the tube that's inside of her. And we're all done.
Well, every morning I wake up, I wash my hands and check my blood sugar. And when I check my blood sugar, I have to put a needle into one of my fingers and poke it, and then take the blood and put it into a strip which relays the information to my monitor, and my monitor will tell me what my blood sugar is. And I also have to weigh and measure my food and calculate how many carbs it will be every day. When I'm at school, well, usually my mom will pack me my lunch and she'll figure out the carbs before I go to school. And well, I'll just have to check my blood by poking a needle into my finger and putting the blood into a strip that relays the information to my monitor, and it will tell me what my blood sugar is. During gym, if we're doing activity, I have to take an extra 10 carbs to keep my blood sugar up, so when I'm running and everything, I won't go low and have to check my blood. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Before supper, I'll have to wash my hands, check my blood sugar by poking a needle into my finger and putting the blood into a strip that relays to my monitor. And after that, I have to weigh and measure my food and put in the carbs for it. Before I play soccer, I have to check my blood sugar, so I know where I'm at. So if I have to take more than I usually do, because say I'm low before a game, then I have to take more extra carbs before the game, so I don't go low during the soccer game.
Okay. And at night?
And at night, I have to again check my blood and weigh and measure the food I'm gonna have, and yeah.
Go ahead.
When I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian because I like working with animals, and I think like learning about their bodies is really cool because I've only learned about human bodies, not animals. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
And what kind of animals do you want to work with?
Dogs and cats and all those sorts of animals. My favorite book is Twilight because it's an action romance about two people in love, but one of them's a vampire, so they have to figure out how to make it work. So, yeah.
And which Twilight book is your favorite?
Probably the first one, Twilight. I think that one's the best.
And how come you like it?
Because the first one is just her finding out that he is a vampire, and it's really cool to see how she finds out without telling him.
Yeah.
My favorite sport is soccer. I think soccer is my favorite sport because I love scoring goals and I'm really good at goalie, and my friends love it too, so I get to play with them all the time. So yeah. My favorite food would have to be ice cream.
Which kind of ice cream do you like the most?
Tiger and bubblegum.
Yeah.
And those are my favorite kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we go to Carson Lake, I always like to get those cute kinds. A cure for diabetes would mean to me is that no more needles, no more checking my blood, no more needles at all. I'd be so happy. I'd cry and scream, and I'd just be so happy. I'd be so overwhelmed I wouldn't be able to say anything but scream. It would mean a lot to me if we had a cure. And the way I've been raising money is by having lemonade stands to cure diabetes, going door to door, and this year I think I'm going to talk about JDRF with Pam from JDRF at the school to talk about what it is, and sometimes maybe people will help, and it's just trying to get awareness out, and yeah. I think finding a cure would be better for my life because then I'd be able to do more with my friends instead of having, before going to do activity, I'd have to check my blood, eat extra, and then go play. And some people think it's kind of fun to have diabetes just because you get sugar, but no, it's not. It's not fun at all. I hate it. I wish it was gone, like, forever. I just don't want it, and yeah. Dr. Shapiro raises money for JDR, well, does the research for JDRF, and he has a team of researchers that help him out, and all the money that we raise from JDRF goes to Dr. Shapiro, and he lives in Edmonton, and all of it goes to his office, and his team of researchers and him will use that money to help find a cure. Hi, my name is Faith Jensen, and I'm asking you to help donate to JDRF.
Thank you.
Thank you.